Greetings, FRAZLCAST listeners. My name is Zephirah, and this is episode 50 of the FRAZLCAST.
Greetings and salutations, members of the electronic communication medium. I am Frazlebert T. Sparkyspawn. This evening, Thursday, April the 12th, of the year of our King Wrathion, 2018, we will be entering into a dialogue to communicate our thoughts on the convention of the nerds every year in the state of Anaheim. We will discuss a little bit of Wrathion's present whereabouts, and possibly many other tangential discussions. Let us proceed with the steam-powered caravan intonation that the species commonly referred to as gnome makes. The utterance that will be proceeding after this introductory statement will sound like woo, woo, chugga, chugga, woo, woo. Enough of that fancy blood elf nonsense. I'm wearing a tuxedo tonight, but I can't go on talking like that. Like I'm
because we're on the show of Wrathion Chat.
Absolutely. And I don't think this is a Jane Austen movie. There is an MMO about living in a Jane Austen world, though. But welcome to FRAZLCAST, a podcast by a Blizzard Fan-Gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. We are recording live.
Wrathion.
And Wrathion, absolutely. And actually, this episode is full of Wrathion. Each week, we are joined by awesome people from around Azeroth and beyond. This is our 50th episode, and apparently it's grilled cheese day.
Okay, so I need cheese?
Yeah, I was going to pick up grilled cheese today, but I didn't. Our guests tonight are MetalXperl.
Howdy ho.
Who is the hearter of radio. iHeartRadio.
Ooh.
And our lovable... and our lovable warlock, Lady Emma.
Hola, everyone.
Hey, Emma.
And that's as far as my Spanish, FYI.
C.
Ni hao.
Ariba. And Dilicano. Okay, now I'm getting into Salsarueda. Very few people will get the Salsarueda reference.
50 languages of Frazley.
Yes. And I had to do that intro from the beginning. I had the episode idea for a long time, just like very prim and proper. But I could not get to the end of that.
Might as well break all the barriers for 50.
Yeah.
Just wait. This might be fella corrupted.
Oh, no. Please, no.
We still got time.
They're just like, pray to Loon. Nope. We don't want any fel corruption.
Yeah, Gul'dan's dead. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah. And,
so you think?
So I say for 50... Thank you all for coming out tonight, bringing back Emma, who's been here since episode 1, both hour 1 and hour 2. If you can stand listening to hour 1, very few people
Hour
can.
1 is not as bad as you make it out to be.
Okay, I can barely listen to hour 1.
I don't think I've ever listened to it, so I don't know how bad it is.
When I listened to it, at least on my end, it was like a lot of that. My end was repeating a lot. And then Metal, definitely a surprise guest from iHeartRadio and knows all the in-jokes and stuff like that.
I've been here the entire time.
We just didn't know.
Stalking us.
Me. Yeah, I'm your backdoor stalker from iHeartRadio. You should probably close that door. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
But let's go around the table and let's start with MetalXperl. What's new with you?
I've actually kind of backed off of like the large portion of WoW. I don't get me wrong, I'm still logging on and doing my weekly to get my Pantheon blessing to increase my ANR's blessing on my priest, but not a whole lot of play on WoW. I just obviously with the expansion reveal, I'm like, holy crap, I should probably jump back on the train because I only got like 16-ish weeks to get some of my artifact appearances.
Yeah.
Been trying some of these mage tower appearances, and they're not as easy as you make them out. The Fury one, I kind of just pushed through because I was over-geared for. Then went to try and do the Holy One on my Priest, and it is extremely mechanic heavy, and I didn't know it has 7 phases.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry Jinx is coming to say hi.
Oh, nice.
Jinx.
Any salad dressing?
No,
That's
but I
good.
have grapes on my desk.
And then I tried to do the prot one last night, and that was no fun at all. It was, again, extremely mechanic heavy, and I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I'll wait to do this one.
Yeah, I haven't tried any of those because I heard how difficult they're. Like,
Well, if you're around like 920 Frazley, you can probably do the arms one. Your arms, right?
yeah, 930 arms.
No, yeah. I'd say just look up a couple of videos. May have to switch out some talents and maybe a couple legendaries if you got a couple sitting around in your bags. Should be fine.
6 or 7.
Yeah, you should be able to switch them around. That's what I ended up doing. I just swapped a couple and got it. But outside of WoW, been playing a lot of Overwatch. It's been fun, especially with the new Retribution/Uprising that just came out.
And with the archive.
And with Archives, exactly. I've been playing a ton of that. The basic mission and all heroes where you can do everybody. Found a good OP comp for Legendary with a couple friends, so we've been trying it every night to make sure it works. Other than that, I bought Warhammer Vermintide 2. It's think of like Left 4 Dead. Like you go through like a stage and there's regular mobs and hordes, and then also like special like NPCs that you have to, or special enemies you have to fight, and it's like you have to just survive till the end, and there's usually a boss, like random encounters. It's not just like, oh, there's always something here or always something here. It's kind of just, randomly, and that's a lot of fun. I dumped a lot of hours into that over the past, like, I would say 3 or 4 weeks.
Which is really cool, because Warhammer, if you look at the history of Warcraft, that Blizzard was actually working on a Warhammer game.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. I'm looking at the screenshots right now of Vermintide 2.
It's a lot of fun, and like if you have at least one other person to play with, it's pretty good. And like the whole loot is based off of what difficulty you're playing on, and there's like different items you have to collect throughout the encounter, and the more you get, the better loot you'll get at the end. I have probably like 5 friends I can play with, so at any given time I'm always playing with like one, because they'll just text me and say, hey, let's go. Oh, I started playing, since I've backed off of WoW, I needed something else to fill the void in my heart. So I picked up, well, I guess I should say again, I started playing Star Wars The Old Republic again, because I'm a super big Star Wars nerd, and I really like that game because of the cutscenes, because it's like the only game that I've seen other than the other Knights of the Old Republic games that will have those super in-depth cutscenes, and it's just so much fun, and I'm just playing the crap out of it because I love it.
Yeah, back when Star Wars The Old Republic came out, that was one thing I was actually tempted to play it. I was going through my no MMO phase. I didn't pick it up.
It's so nice. It's like I subbed again just to get more content, and I've been playing the crap out of it. And I've definitely been chilling. But now that BFA is like right around the corner, I'm kind of slowly working my way back into WoW.
And like pre-patch is probably begin the end of July.
Oh, I'd say it's probably me before then. I say it's probably like halfway through. Yeah, probably near the end of July.
Yeah, I just hope it's not like Legion, because that was 2 weeks. And the same 2 weeks, I was in Connecticut. So, yeah, I was up late getting all this stuff. And I've seen some of the loot. At least one thing from the pre-patch that looks pretty cool.
Ooh, what? Do tell.
Gadzooks, spoiler warning. It is the undead plague bat.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like it might be horde only, but it sounds like it's a thing you get from the pre-patch.
Yeah,
so what I'm hearing is I have to quickly level up my horde. Got it.
I'm probably going to get whatever the Alliance stuff is, because the Alliance may have like a burning hippogriff.
If it's anything like pre-patch from Legion, you won't have to level anything up, because you'll get one that's level 10, and you'll jump in like the invasion events, quote unquote, and you get massive amounts of experience.
Was nice.
That's how I got one of almost every class to 100, because I would just make it level 10 and then jump in those scenarios, and like one of them I go from 10 to 50.
I should have done more of that. I definitely did not use the invasions to its potential.
My tunes were already 100 from last, but I hope they don't, like when they brought out scenarios for Pandaria, I was a little sad that the item was drop in there and it was a low drop rate, so I missed out on the toys and stuff in there.
Yeah, and Legion had a pocket fell spreader.
I did get that.
Good.
I just bought it off the auction house.
For me, I used the group finder, and I just kept looking for a group and finding it. And I'm going to speculate the Doomsayer robes might go away. So if you're looking at getting those before pre-patch, I don't know why they're in the game.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying get them now because you won't be able to farm at Neck Mansion or something.
Yeah. Very cool metal. So, I mean, so definitely enjoying Star Wars, kind of like helping take the edge off of the final drought.
Yeah, even then, like, it's not a drought. It's just I want to do something else so I'm not burnt out on WoW, so I can come back. Not so, oh, well, I've been doing this for the past, 2 years. I don't want to do anything. It's like I just want to kind of slowly fade away so I can come back right before everything happens.
Oh, absolutely. Because were you around at the beginning of Legion?
I was, yeah, and I actually I started playing at the end of Draenor, so I was there from the beginning, and it was just so much.
Yeah,
and
like every evening, you're like, I would constantly be eating while I'm playing, just like staying up late. I mean, and I'm excited for that again. I'm excited for new stuff that's not in-game content, like raiding, but that you can do, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Like that small bit of content that's in between the patches, like that you won't be sitting on for 12 to 20 weeks.
Yeah,
content that'll be there for 4 or 5. Yeah, with the invasions, I was there was a time where it was 12 hours for every invasion. I do it decently, and then it went to 8 hours and then 4 hours. Well, every 4 hours, I was
happy when it was every 4 hours.
It made it really easy, but it's I found myself getting on every 4 hours that it was up to do it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is such an awesome experience.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new content, and what I'm looking forward to is both the islands and the war fronts look like fun, repeatable content, because they were saying that it's going to be a new bit of content every day.
I bought a game that I used to play on Xbox a lot. It's called Gun. It's like an old Western type of game, but it's pretty much just shoot and kill. It just brings nostalgia. It's one of those nostalgia games that I actually went back to and still enjoying. Because there's a decent number of games I've gone back to in the past, and just I don't remember it being like this.
Yeah, I've had those games, and it's different once you go back to it. What was I thinking when I liked this?
Exactly. But no, other than that, not really anything crazy. Just kind of chilling. Especially today, it was 80 degrees, almost 90 degrees out. So I went outside and cut the grass and took my daughter outside so she could practice with soccer.
Yeah, I was listening to Scruffy Druid's Loot Optional podcast, and she talked about how winter's always been here, and it's the same way here in Ohio. Winter's been here.
Right.
But I think we finally broke through winter.
I know it's I don't know, it's still fluctuating.
Yeah,
but I feel you. Oh yes, duh.
And I live in Canada, and there's barely any snow.
Oh.
I took your advice, and I just started listening to so many different podcasts. All things Azeroth Roundtable, Lagging Balls, Torin Think Tank, CTR podcast with Battle.net News, Battle.net Sports. Oh my god, I've got so many in my podcast loop now.
You should really listen to Dark Moon Herald as well.
Yeah.
There's so much more I'm just slowly learning about. And there was Scruffies that I heard about last week. And then I'm just oh my god, I don't have enough time to listen to all these podcasts. You were completely right when you were talking about it before. There is not enough time to listen to all of these awesome podcasts.
And I feel bad that I'm adding 2 WoW podcasts into the mix.
There's so many that I've added and I haven't even started listening to. But by far, my favorite is Lagging Balls.
That one's awesome.
By far.
I think I should actually start listening to them because I have not listened to Lagging Balls yet.
They're absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, and they have a great chemistry together.
But other than that, I don't know. I got my stream and stuff set back up. I might start doing that again, but nah.
I know the feeling. For me, I need to stream games more, but it's the time and energy. I feel like I just want to bed sometimes. I've
been meaning to start streaming, but I just haven't.
But speaking of streams, Emma, what have you been up to? That was a very bad segue.
Shot.
Well, everyone knows I'm on 2 raid teams. I haven't really been going to the 5 o'clock in the morning one because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But I've been making the other one regularly. But sadly, I was asked to step out so they can get their heroic kill done. Well, that means I don't get my heroic kill, so that made me a little sad. But there's this wonderful, and I can't say how wonderful a CTR raid team. They're called Facepult.
Yeah, I ran with them to do some of the mythic. I couldn't do mythical dam when they were doing it because I I had stuff going on, but I did everything past, like botanisting up.
Wonderful team, and I'm gonna mess up her name, but I just call her Lori. She put together, I believe, a friendship spell wing for people, so they can get, basically, it's like friendship moves, but it's the friendship bird. Facepalm got me my heroic kill, and
nice.
I actually originally gave up my spot to my best friend because she doesn't even have a raid team. And
I got to do that soon.
So my best friend got it. I got my friend Posty, he got his, and then I got mine.
Nice. I'm hoping to run with them this Sunday. I missed it this past Sunday. When I saw the news, it was up too late, but I'm definitely hoping that my schedule will work for that night. So I'm going to be like right on and ready to be like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And like I said, they're one of the best teams. Like if I was a Mythic Raider, I would love to be on their team. I did try out, and after doing it and all that, it's like, I'm not Mythic.
You said Facepalm, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're, I think they said like 6 out of 11 now.
Nice.
Because I know I'm not that hardcore. I actually talked to the raid leader, and it's like, hey, you guys are a wonderful team. I would love to be on it, but I'm not to your level. So when, you have space when you're doing stuff like achievement runs, please, let me know. I'll gladly come. Yeah, so I did that, and so they got me my kill. So I'm like, yay! Also, what I love about Lori, she's my go-to person about pet battles. So I started doing pet battles again. I finally did the Wailing Cavern.
Oh,
so
that one. Yeah, the pet battle dungeon.
Yeah. Well, see, I never really completed it the first time when it sends you there. So you can heal through the very first time doing it. So I didn't think anything of it. So the second time I went through there, I didn't heal my pets. So I'm in the middle of it, and I'm like, why won't it let me heal? Why? It's not on cooldown. Why is it not letting me heal? Over and over and over. I did manage to go through it by looking at what other level 25 pets that can do similar attacks to what I wanted. And with a little struggle, I did manage to defeat it. But now I'm a little bit more prepared.
Nice.
So now I know, I'm like, okay, I need 2 of these pets because if this pet dies, I at least have a backup. And the other thing that I've been working on is Field Medic. I won't lie, I was just farming for one because being on Affliction Law, I can just dot while talking. So I just got my Bloody Request, so I just need my sign note, and then I'm done.
Nice.
So I'm almost will be able to be a Field Medic with the title. Yeah, so I'll basically be a Warlock saying, hey, I'm a healer, look, Field Medic.
That's good.
Other than that, I haven't really been doing much. I didn't raid yesterday. I wasn't really feeling up to it, and I would, I would hold the team back. So I'm like, I'm going to step out and just relax.
Yeah, that's why I've not been raiding, because I don't think right now I could raid at the level that they would need me to, because I can't commit to some of the outside stuff yet. So it's one of those, I want to do raiding, but it'd probably be like 2 or 3 expansions from now.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe just 1 from now, but yeah.
Yeah, you can get into it next expansion. It's not too bad. You just got to find what you like.
Yeah.
In that case, for me, it's healing. It's like herding cats.
Yeah.
I like my Warlock. I might not be the best at it, but it's my tune.
So yeah, I think I'll do the Warrior. It's fun with the DPS, but once I get my Druid to 110, I may just see about raiding with the Druid, though, because it's a lot of fun being ranged. You can stay out of all the fire and just like...
I know, right?
Pew, pew, pew!
It's completely different. I've been on both sides, going from ranged to melee and melee to ranged. It's so weird.
It is, and it's so great, too.
I still will never play a mage. It was the first thing I tried to play, and it was me attempting to go from a lot of melee, and I'm just like, man, I don't like not being able to do anything other than cast.
Though
I'm okay with it now.
I mained a mage the beginning of Legion, and I actually want to go back to playing more of the mage coming up in BFA, because it is fun. Like, I did Firebolts, and like, Firebolt, it's a lot of fun doing that.
What about you, Frazley? What have you been up to?
Well, over the weekend, we went and saw a movie that I was kind of poo-pooed the movie because of it not following the book. I saw Ready Player One, and I still say it's not like the book. Don't expect the book. Go in with an open mind.
don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet. I do plan on seeing it.
Oh, yeah, I won't do spoilers. I'm just saying it actually worked better than I thought.
I was going in it knowing it was going to be nothing like the book.
Act like you don't know the book. Act like, yeah, I mean, that's all I will say is like, enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it. And I would say if somebody wants a deeper perspective on the movie, definitely listen to Geektitude episode 113. They had a really good episode on the differences. And they also talked about like some of the deeper themes of the book and the movie. So I was listening to that on my walk this morning. I would recommend Ready Player One to anyone. Just again, don't expect book to movie.
Yeah. I was already kind of going in the mind frame of that from just the previews that I saw.
Yeah.
Because I could totally tell from the previews it's going to be nothing like the book. And it is really hard for anyone who's transferring a book to a movie to be so exact.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more filler. They have to add a little bit more dialogue. Because in the book, you would have the person reacting a certain way. And usually, yes, reading the book will be a couple of, over 30 hours or whatever to read the book. But to act that book, it might be only like half an hour-ish, give or take.
So in, I guess, both your ideas, I know about it, haven't read the book yet, haven't seen the movie yet. What should I do first?
That's a good question.
I would say go see the movie.
Yeah.
Then you have to listen to the audiobook of Will Wrathion.
Oh my gosh. I had it pulled up on iTunes and I was going to buy it because
it is amazing. Yes.
He does a phenomenal job reading it. I've listened or talked to a few other people who have tried to read the book and they said reading the book is a little hard.
Yeah.
But he does a fantastic job as an audiobook. And
I could listen to Will Wheaton reading the phone book.
No, he puts so much emotion into this.
Yeah, and he feels like the character. I mean, it was one of those. It's like when the same way that I've been listening to the series of unfortunate events by Tim Curry. Those two just have an amazing presence to them.
Yeah, definitely. If you like audiobooks or you can do audiobooks, then totally. I know of quite a few people who can't do audiobooks, so for them, reading the book is better.
Yeah,
but if you're
I've never done one before, and I feel like it would work because I have a long drive to work.
Yeah,
but I just don't know. I will watch the movie and then we'll find out.
But still, read the book at some point or listen to it because the book is great. But yeah, and like I said, the movie is great too. Just enjoy them for what they are. It's not like Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson just...
Oh my gosh, that ruined everything about the books.
Yeah, this one didn't. And that's why I was feeling better about it. I was a little hesitant because I had said some not harsh things about Ready Player One last episode, but I had just said I wasn't excited for it. And then I go to see it over the weekend. I was like, okay, it was fun. What was fun is my nephew, who's 11, really enjoyed it. And so did my niece. And then I wasn't going to mention it, but because the show is kind of geeky stuff, I got a new iPhone.
Hey, there you go.
Did you get a 10?
No, I got the 8 Plus.
Don't hate on the 10. There's nothing wrong with the 10.
I was debating between the two.
There's nothing wrong with the 10. The only thing what's wrong with the 10 is the price.
Yes, I would agree.
Sorry.
Yeah,
the price is a little too much.
If you're listening to the show on an iPhone 10, enjoy the phone because I debated between the two. I just saw the price and I saw that I also love how fast Touch ID is. And I remember I bought one of the first Touch ID iPhones and that was a little slower. And they said Face ID is a little slower.
It depends. I listen to my podcasts on an iPhone 10.
Okay.
Oh, so you're the one who has the rich blood here.
No, not really.
Frazley's in the mansion and you have money to burn.
Yep.
The way I look at it, I like the iPhone regular model. Again, it was really tough, and I had told somebody to not buy the 10, so I was like, I can't tell somebody to not buy the 10 and then go out and buy a 10 myself. So
yeah, I remember Deceiver talking crap about it.
I mean, it is an expensive price, 40%.
It is. No, I completely agree.
But it does look pretty cool. I looked at it, I was like, it goes to the edge. I don't regret the 8 Plus, and really the 8 Plus versus the 6S Plus. Biggest differences I saw are performance and battery life. It seems like the battery is not dying on me. I know I had just had the 6S Plus battery replaced in the past 6 months, and my battery was still going down. With the 8 Plus, it's not.
See, I just got my battery changed, and my phone will actually last now without needing to charge it at work.
Nice.
I had issues with my battery from day one. I had a bad battery.
Yeah, and like mine's not a bad battery. I'm the 6S Plus. I just think that when I'm reading, the 7 and up has done better battery optimization, and I can feel it on this phone. But the coolest feature of the 8 Plus, and why I brought it up on the show, wireless charging technology.
There you go.
Android phones have had it for a long time, and they've had it for years. I'm going to admit that. But this is so cool. Like, I put the phone on the pad, and it's charging. It's slower than plugging it in, but still.
So, what charger do you have?
I have the Belkin one that AT&T was selling, and then I also bought on Amazon. It's $12. Mostly good reviews. It's like a $12 charger, and I have that one working at the office because I wanted something very inexpensive that I could buy 2 of. But then when I'm going to bed, I have the Belkin one, and I mean it's pretty cool because like when I put my phone down, I put it in its place, and it's charging. It feels like magic. I mean, it's just like, how is this thing charging? It's incredible, and it charges through my OtterBox case.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I heard about all of that when the 10 announcement got launched, and I'm like, okay, so Apple's going to come out with a charging pad. Cool. It's going to be called the Apple Pad. Oh, when is it coming out? Oh, it's going to be coming out with iPhone 10. Okay, iPhone 10 comes out. Oh yeah, it's not coming out until late 2018. I'm just like, oh gosh.
Yeah, but it works with a lot of the QI and stuff like that. And
there's a lot of other ones, but I'm just going to wait for the Apple Pad because I've got my iPhone 10. I've got an Apple Watch. My wife's got an iPhone 8 Plus that she got, and then she's probably going to want an Apple Watch. So, and it's like a large pad. It's like the size of like a keyboard.
I wonder if there's a limit to that. Is there a limit to how much you can charge on?
I think you're supposed to only put up to 3 phones on it. And then I think up to, like, I want to say 4 Apple Watches at once.
Wow. That's actually...
And then there's, like, different combinations. Yeah. I'll see how it works. I'll buy it when it comes out, and then I can write you a review for it.
Nice.
Like I said, Metal has money to burn, and Frazley lives in the mountains.
No. I like making smart investments.
My Fitbit has a magnet that I plug into, but it's not quite wireless charging.
My Fitbit, the charger's in the bathroom, so when I'm in my shower, I throw it on the charger.
Yeah, mine's on my computer, so like I just plug into my computer and I charge, and then it's good to go. But enough of like geeky stuff. We can get back into more geeky stuff later. 2 final things for my week. Thunda is now level 65, so really enjoying it. Still working on Howling Fjord. I never played it as main content, so it's a lot of fun. And then I want playable walrus people. At Auntie Sanan helped me remember that they are Tuskar, but they'd be so much fun. It's like I had like one follow me around. That would be an allied race I'd like to play.
I don't know what ally.
It would just be fun to have like the
you
walrus people.
I would like to be a Murloc. Or I think, for like one zone, you have to wear like a Murloc disguise, which basically makes you a Murloc. You can still do all the normal attacks and all that, but the whole zone, you're a Murloc.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. And where else would be pretty cool to have a Murloc cosplay?
What?
BlizzCon!
Yes. Able to go.
Yeah.
I won't be able to go this year either. But BlizzCon 2018 will be November 2nd and 3rd at Anaheim Convention Center. Wave 1 of ticket sales will be May 9th at 7 p.m. Pacific, and Wave 2 will be on May 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm definitely going to buy the virtual ticket.
That's something I didn't do last year, and I think I kind of regret it because of the BFA announcement, but I'm definitely going to do it this year.
I buy it every year, but last year was the first year I did not get the loot bag. I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but at the same time, it's like, do I really need it?
Yeah, I didn't buy the loot bag the last 2 times, but I did buy the ticket because I like the mounts, and I've passed up too many BlizzCon mounts before. Oh, and Zephirah makes a really good point. I'd love to go to BlizzCon. I'm actually working on a fund for it. If you, too, would like to help Frazley go to BlizzCon in one of these years, go to shirt.FRAZLCAST.com and buy an awesome FRAZLCAST shirt. If it's just one of those, I would love to go to BlizzCon, and I have a fund that's going up for it. It's just different expenses have come up, so it will be one day. But for anybody who is going, Con Before the Storm is November 1st. And I think Spencer and a few of them are saying because of it being on Halloween, they're trying to do cosplay. And I've been hearing that because of how close it is to Halloween, that there might be like costumes and stuff like that. So Pat was saying on BNN, even if you can't get a BlizzCon ticket,
there's tons of events that go on outside of BlizzCon. There's like Calm Before the Storm, and then there's other podcasts that do stuff in the hotels. There's also lunch meets with people. And what some people do is they'll go to Disneyland during the daytime, and then at nighttime they do all these parties, and you get to be with all these wonderful people from the community.
Yeah.
All the different communities will usually make meetup times and places. Like, I feel like I've listened to a lot of it this week with the BlizzCon. Like, every other podcast is talking about like how everybody should just, if you don't go to BlizzCon, go to meet everyone, just see all the people that you enjoy being around.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because it's like maybe one day, but not soon enough.
Yeah, the hardest part is finding a place to stay.
Yeah.
Because they do go real fast. Some people book it like in a year in advance if they can, because BlizzCon is always roughly around the same time.
For me, the way I'm looking at it is I have a fund that's going on and it has money going into it. And as soon as I have the amount of money that it reaches, even if I don't get a ticket, I'm still planning to go to BlizzCon because I'd be able to watch the events on the ticket sitting outside of BlizzCon or in the Starbucks with my coffee. And then I can talk with all my friends because that's a lot of what I've lived here. Like Silverbolt, who went, said like they had dinner at IHOP with different people. I mean, there is all these events outside of it, and the CTR party, which probably going to be having a Kickstarter coming up real soon. And I got some cool shirts from there, so I'm going to definitely back them. But that's what I love about BlizzCon is seeing people become friends. Sometimes people find love at BlizzCon. I've heard of it happening. I'm not going to BlizzCon to find love, but I know
Frazley, you're married.
You heard it here on FRAZLCAST. Frazley's going to BlizzCon in 2019 for a hookup.
No, but I know people who have gone there, met people, and then find out like they had some really cool interests together. So there's just a lot of fun events, and you get to see the people that you talk to online in person. That's what I'm excited for BlizzCon and then it's also fun to get the virtual loot every year.
Looking at the Twitch chat, Rooster's saying about Airbnb. If I do believe correctly, I heard Thorn on Battle.net News saying that this is the last year Airbnb is going to be doing that. And if I'm wrong, please tell me, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was saying on Battle.net News, that this is the last year you're going to be able to do anything with Airbnb for BlizzCon.
Yeah, because I think they're getting rid of it in a lot of places. Because it does take away from proper hotels. Places aren't always I don't want to say unclean, but like they're not sanctioned to do a lot of things that hotels have to be.
Yeah, like I've done 2 Airbnb, at least 2. The first one was amazing. We go into this apartment complex. Now, I don't know if the people there knew what was happening, so we tried to behave ourselves and not be too loud when we were exiting and leaving. We don't want people to kind of be on to what we're doing. We walk in, the house was completely empty. There was one locked door, which is good. I mean, always lock up your valuables if you do Airbnb. But it felt like a resort to us, and the person did an amazing job. The second one, they were trying to get a little bit of extra cash. We walk into their house. I'm lying in a bed in the guest bedroom. Next to me are tax documents. It's like... That
what?
Yeah, I'm like, we let them know, be like, you should probably put away your tax documents. I mean, thankfully we're honest people and we didn't mess with the tax documents, but I was like, so yeah, you get a wide range with Airbnb.
Yeah.
Do you know who definitely would love an Airbnb?
Who would like an Airbnb?
Wrathion.
He can just stay at my place.
Okay, we just gotta find him first.
I've only got a couch. If he's okay with couches, I've got one. And
I think Zephirah, Eddie Fizzlebog is over at the Hunter's Lodge, so I've heard they have a nice place over there, so I don't think she needs Airbnb. So Muffinus had a Battle for Azeroth interview, and we covered on a lot of the stuff last time. I mean, there's just so much going on that it's hard to cover every little detail. But at the end of that interview was a little question. We now know where Illyria and Tiralion are. So what about Wrathion? And Muffinus replied, have we seen the last of Wrathion? Or more interesting, is he really one of the last black dragons? There are islands that we have not been to where dragonflights might be hiding out, and you may see some of them show up on island expeditions.
But we
snap.
already know that he's not the last black dragon from doing Netherian's lair.
Ooh, yes.
So, yeah, we already know the end.
And Rooster said Airbnb wants to prohibit Airbnb in their county. So that's, I think, what Thorn was saying. So yeah, so he's not the last black dragon, but where is he? Well, I found an email from Alessander, and this time it was not hacked. So, Alessander, subject, Wrathion. Good morning, Emma. Exactly what information did Wrathion give us that led to their defeat in Legion?
Okay. It wasn't really information that he gave us. It's more of a push. Because if you look at it, we've been kind of like, all right, when we first saw Legion, it was Well of Eternity. The Night Elves dealt with them. And then, we've had little hints and bits of the Legion. Then we know that, we're trying to help with the Outlands or Draenor. So Wrathion's seeing that, we're not doing much. We're not actually, we're kind of getting stagnant. We're getting stale. So yes, he probably during Pandaria, made a deal with getting the time, like going back in time, to kind of give them a push. The only problem is, part of the deal he probably didn't like, is when he allowed Garrosh Hellscream to be free. I'm pretty sure that was part of the deal he didn't like. But it got us to go back in time and show how bad the Legion is and how much we need to stop it. It put a fire underneath our butt to get going, and it's like, okay, we gotta nip this in the bud. On top of that, if you look at any of the bosses or any of the lore, what's the number one reason why we win? Is because we catch them unprepared. We step to our A game. So he was trying to push us to get to our A game and catch the Legion off guard.
And kind of saying, hey, they're out here, we're not using our advantage that we have.
Mm-hmm. So he just gives us a little nudge.
Alessander went on to say, it's not that they were coming back for the 5th or 6th time. I leveled a dozen alts off those invasions in the Barrens, Tenaris, Dunmoreau, and Westfall. That they were on the Broken Shores. That was Khadgar chasing Gul'dan 2.0 that found out, and he that spread the word to Stormwind in that cinematic. It was Illidan and the Illidari that spent Legion telling us how to kill demons better, and Illidan and a group of adventurers that killed Gul'dan, opened the rift to Argus, and so on. Wrathion should have been there, Yrel too, but they weren't, and Gin is the one advising Anduin badly. We only have Wrathion's word on his motives, intentions, and plans, and we don't even know for sure that he's uncorrupted. We were told it, but there's no proof.
Okay, here's another little thing about the whole corruption thing, and why Wrathion doesn't really speak his mind. He basically was taken to the rogue hideout, the Ravenhold. So he's around rogue while he's in the egg. And in the egg, yes, he got to listen to all the whispers and all the talking and all that information. So he's learning, before he's born, to act and be like a rogue. And be secretive. Because secrets is your most important weapon. Information is your most important information. So yeah, he's not going to tell us his whole entire plan. Illidan doesn't tell us his whole entire plan. Any great leader don't tell you everything. So why do we expect Wrathion to give us all the information laid out in front of us?
So you're not just a Wrathion enthusiast, you're a Wrathion follower.
No, I don't. I make my own path. I just think he should get credit where credit's due. And, he tried to warn Emerald Taylor who he's putting a lot of trust in, he shouldn't. And Admiral Taylor didn't trust him. It didn't listen to him, didn't heed his warning.
And then Alessander goes on saying, defeating the greatest enemy the Void Lords had at that time, Sargeras, has freed up the old gods to go nuts all over our universe. We, the heroes of Azeroth, certainly aren't going out hunting down old gods, even on our own planet. Lying is not evil. Deceiving is not evil. He's already done both. And to his supposed allies, it's pretty borderline pretending to be friends so you can destroy them and work with the Alliance instead. Not evil, but getting pretty shady. Even if we take him at his word, but he just wanted to stop the Legion. Why? He never saw them. Never heard of them. He was an egg, so who told him? Who convinced him they were a threat? Who is manipulating the son of Deathwing?
I wonder if it's anything like Jedi's and there's like a Force ghost of Deathwing in his head.
No, what it is, basically same thing with babies, just the only thing we don't really remember it. We do hear. He heard in the egg. And the Red Dragonflight, who was supposed to take care of him with the rogues, they talked a lot about how evil his dad was, how they saved him. And then he started hearing them that they were going to kill him. So, yeah, he did technically get the rogues, the champion, if you do the rogue legendary quest from Dragon Soul, to defeat the red dragons that are off to kill him. And he's doing so much, like he's hearing all this information that, the red dragonflight saved him from the curse's Deathwing. The rogues are, saying secret and whispering constantly. The one black dragon that was supposed to be not corrupted, he apparently could have been muttering them to himself, and so he knew that he was corrupted and that he wasn't going to defeat the corrupt. So yeah, he was trying to save his own skin as soon as he's born. So yeah, he's going to have trust issues. And
you're saying that he might have had a model that might not have been the most transparent with the rogues.
Oh, definitely not. If you've ever played a rogue or been in with a rogue, they're sneaky.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you everything. And they're like, oh yeah, can you go do this? You don't need to know why.
Yeah, we just need you to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if we're looking for Wrathion to be transparent, to be open about stuff, I think we're looking at the wrong thing. But I know there's some who definitely don't trust Wrathion because of what he's doing. But again, Wrathion, I think, is still learning things. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He was only 4 in Mists of Pandaria. 4 years old.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's going to make mistakes.
I stole a Power Ranger from Latchkey when I was 6. But still.
Could you, Fred?
I know.
How could you?
I mean, it's like, I didn't want to play with the Power Ranger then because, like, I was at home. I was like, this Power Ranger, I actually threw it into the dirt and buried it. And then it's probably still in the dirt at my old house.
Yeah, give him a break. Like, yes, there's a lot of information that, you probably don't know or about him. And if you do the Rogue quest line, it does give a highlight on his background. Yes, just looking at the zone right now. The zone, I believe, Blasted Land, there's a huge story on there about how his egg was saved from being corrupted before the Red Dragonflight twitched him out. So Deathwing thought he was killing all these eggs, but one was saved and it was his. So right from the get-go, he is being killed for just because he's a black dragonflight. There's nothing wrong with him. He's trying to defend himself. And because black dragonflights have a rumor of being evil, he's got stuck with that stigma.
Yeah, and then he might not have a model. Well, that'd be interesting. What if Anduin took him on as a mentor?
Maybe. I
don't want it to be Sylvanas because Sylvanas would just tell him to kill everything.
One thing I'm thinking is in the current game, what's his name from High Mountain? The Black Dragon from High Mountain, which his name is escaping me right now. At the end of either this quest or the dungeon, I can't remember, that he says he has family matters to take care of. So,
yeah.
Abyssian?
So what?
Or Abyssian? Oh.
Ebonhorn.
Yeah, Ebonhorn. That's who it is. That's Torn.
Abyssian, also known as Ebonhorn, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he's going to go try and mentor the young Black Dragon, saying, hey, I tried to save some others, but I didn't succeed. But I've been living with a race, and they didn't know. So why don't I try to give you a pointer, give them a better role model. So there's tons of stuff we don't know. And yes, we basically only saw that in Draenor. Any information about him was in Admiral Taylor's book, his garrison log. And apparently there was a scene with him when you do the legendary ring. And I think when you kill Archimonde, I think he was there too. I can't remember 100%. So there was a little glimpse of him. So he was around, but he wasn't playing a huge role because he was probably trying to figure out information. This expansion, he was supposed to be in it, and then they got switched out to someone else because it just worked better with the story. Yeah, we haven't heard a lot about him this expansion. And sorry, I'm having major brain farts right now. That, you know, we'll see more because he's supposed to be Anwin's right hand.
And they're saying definitely in this next expansion, Envin interviewed several devs at the media day, and this is a translation. They're saying that we're going to see a difference to lore. Like someone was saying, we're not going to see Sylvanas is evil or Envin's a good guy. We're going to see lore is going to be a lot more layered coming up. Mm-hmm. And like, it's going to be a little less black and white, which is just how it should be. We're going to see the Horde and Alliance. We're going to see more of the fact that, like they said, like in they're releasing the novellas because they want to show the same event from two sides to give you more perspective. Like in the beginning of Legion, we thought the Horde was scum for leaving us and stuff like that. But then
Vol'jin died for our sins.
I know, but if you watch the Alliance side, we had no clue until we watched the Horde side.
Yeah, so, I'm the same way. I had no idea. Well, I mean, I kind of knew, but on the opposite side, it's weird. You'll never really know until you go through it.
Yeah, which actually is cool. It's fun having things that make us upset until we learn the real reason behind it.
And I guess a little bit on that note is I was listening to All Things Azeroth, and they had one of their guildies on, and he kind of hit a really good topic there. Saying that, like, with the new expansion, how it's not supposed to be like the old, or it's supposed to go back to the old, you know, Horde versus Alliance. And he said that he's not going to take his main character into BFA because his, just like RP wise and just how he feels, is his character wouldn't do that. He wouldn't go back to that way because he's been through so much. And I think I might actually agree with him that I may not take my main into BFA.
I know a few people who are taking their main, and some for spec reason, but I could see some doing it for the lower part. Yeah. Like, I kind of agree with them. Like, I might have to start over or just bring something else into BFA because of the whole, you know, with it's the fact that, like, well, the people I know wouldn't do this. Like, I don't know who these other people are saying that, you know, the Horde is scum or the Alliance is scum. It's like, no, we've just been through all this. Like, we just got rid of the Burning Legion together, and then now you're just going to go back at each other's throats. At least that's how I feel.
Let's think of it in realistic views, somewhat, not being too politics. But let's say your country is on war with another country. You technically, depending on drafting and all that, you would have to sometimes fight.
Yeah.
So why can't you say it's a similar thing? Is your king, your ruler, is now saying, we need you to defend us. Doesn't mean you have to, you know, invade lands, even though we do. But defend your home from someone who's basically going to come after you.
So no, I get that. It's
maybe your tune doesn't really, or your character doesn't want to. He feels like it's not right. But if you're not commanded to, and you've signed up for it,
yeah, pretty much. And like, the only way I could do it is like loyalty to war chief or loyalty to the king. Like, is the only way I'd be able to see doing it is. But like, I'd be one of those like grumpy old men. If I was taking my warrior in, I would be like the grumpy old man, like, why are we doing this? Blah, blah, I don't want to do this.
Well, and like Jaina, letting the Horde into Dalaran went against her convictions.
She was done with everything when that happened.
Well, it wasn't letting the Horde in that was the problem. She was all for it. The problem was, after they blew up Theramore, she wanted answers. And she found the answers, and they were not the answers she wanted.
Yeah.
So she ended up like they betrayed her. That's how she felt. She felt very betrayed.
And she went to Cultists, and that's what's going to be interesting to see what happened to her while she was gone, and kind of like, and to hear her side. I've been hearing that there's a lot more look into like neutrality coming up. It was kind of like, I was thinking like Westfall. When you go to Westfall, the citizens there don't believe in the king because, one, they feel the king kind of abandoned them and doesn't care for them. They're very apathetic. And it's interesting. A town that's maybe like a skip and a throw away from Stormwind.
Well, that whole zone is in poverty.
Yeah, but because of that, they don't have loyalty to Anduin or Varian because they don't feel that Varian cares for them.
Hashtag not my king.
Yeah, I mean, and we have that in the game, and that's why I'm excited to see where some of this stuff goes, especially in Battle for Azeroth. So yeah, thank you, Alessandra, for the email, and definitely hope we had our Wrathion expert answer your questions.
And if things are not as clear, give me like a specific question, and I will try to dig up as much information as I can. Like I said, I am going on the part where, yes, he heard what was going on through the egg. Babies can hear. There's studies been proved. A lot of people say, hey, maybe play classical music to help with the brain memories and all that while the baby's still in the womb.
Yeah, like,
so it's very common.
One of the stories my parents have always shared is that, and yeah, Zephirah brought up the Mozart effect.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they always told me is there was a time that they were visiting the doctor, and they put up a mic to my mom's stomach, and I kicked, and I could hear the sound outside. I kept kicking because I could hear it coming back. I could tell that I was doing something outside. I mean, they said it was just the one of the funniest things. So, I mean, see, I was causing mayhem even in the womb.
So, I'm pretty sure Wrathion heard what's going on. And I'm sorry, but yeah, you're going to be a little bit jaded because everyone's trying to kill you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Everyone's
against you, so you have to defend yourself.
And the only whispers that you hear, or not whispers, but talking close by, is going to be rogues. And rogues are very secretive. They're very, like, everything's need to know basis.
Yeah.
So Wrathion is need to know. And he's not going to be very candid. He's very aloof.
Yes. And one other thing that I need to know, I probably should play a shot. Sorry. So there was a data mine of possible Tiran heritage armor.
Ooh, I did not see that.
Yeah, this came out. Oh, I'm sorry, Zephirah. I broke your windshield too. I'm sorry. I know these shot glasses. I didn't know them. I've got slippery hands. As well, they're saying that this could be the heritage armor, and with this will get me to race change a few of my classes to Tiran. Tiran, other than Gnome, could become my new favorite race.
I'm probably going to race change my druid to a Tiran human just for the wicker bear.
I was taking a shot, but I dropped the shot glass.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
So, Frazley in a China store, no.
Yeah, no. But I have I broke a expensive vase from Mexico. When I was a lot younger. I ran to the dining room and ran at the correct time to make the vase on top of a china tablet fall. But yeah, these look amazing. And so I'm going to definitely level a Tiran from 20 to 120 to unlock the armor. Then once I unlock it, I can use it on any class. And this Tiran armor, I've got the Bloodstone Admiral hat. Oh, that looks so cool. Yeah.
I still don't have that hat because I don't want to give up my Exalted with the blood and the goblins.
I understand.
And I have to be hated with the goblins. And I'm like, no, I should be able to do it.
A silver belt helped me a lot with that. And I put it on my Paladin. So my Paladin's the one that is hated with the goblins.
Well, no, I'm Exalted with both at the same time. I worked really hard for that.
I think I heard there's a change as long as you are exalted with the factions at one point, so you can then take down your blood sale, and it's not going to remove the achievement. If I'm hearing it right with insane in the membrane.
Yeah, it is, but I don't want to lose it. Period.
Okay, yeah.
I worked hard.
I don't care if my paladin's hated by the goblins, because I think let's go into our community section, because kind of going back on the idea of good and evil again. MetalXperl. I don't know if any of you have ever met MetalXperl. It's a member in our community. Really cool. They found us on iHeartRadio. I should have him on the show at some point.
I know that. I've heard that guy's kind of a dick, though. So.
Oh no, he's nice. I've enjoyed talking with him. But they asked in Discord question time, how do you feel about Dark Iron Dwarves being able to play as paladins? And he said, heard Pat Crane and this talk about it on BNN and want to spark up the conversation here. And actually, there was quite a good bit of information in question time over it.
So yeah, it's just kind of the idea that, like, just thinking of like the Dark Iron Dwarf like lore and like where they're at and everything, like that they're able to play as paladins, and like some people are kind of butt mad saying that like, oh well, it doesn't fit paladin lore because they're Dark Iron, and I'm just like, man, at this point, let anybody play whatever class they want. Yes, there's lore. Keep the lore in the books.
You know what? If you really, really want to keep lore, then just do it for yourself.
Exactly.
Who cares about anyone else?
Yep.
You know what? I try to keep all my tunes as lore as possible, but I do have a gnome warrior, so...
Wait, gnome warriors are lore, because I'm a gnome warrior. But I think what's interesting about the Dark Iron Paladins is I could see some of them don't want to just be evil because they're Dark Iron. I mean, I could see some...
Exactly, yeah.
And, like, I like that there can be evil paladins. I like that there can be good and evil, and that you aren't defined by how you're born and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like, Arthas was an evil paladin, and look what happened to him.
He wasn't evil in the beginning.
Yeah, true. I should say and even then, I mean, it depends on what side of the story you're on. Some were like, oh, he wasn't evil, he had the right idea, but some were like, no, he's completely bat crap crazy. But it's kind of like one of those things where...
helmet made him crazy.
Yeah, true. Ner'zhul
Yeah. So he was not evil per se, he just became corrupted. Even his last ending, he's like, basically, I believe apologizing. I haven't done.
Yeah, he pretty much he saw his dad and he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." But it's like kind of one of those things where it's like two sides of a coin, or there's always two sides to a story. Like as an example, with the Demon Hunter campaign, there was there's Corvos, and then I couldn't think of his name. One of the other Demon Hunter followers that you get, you pretty much got to choose. Hey, do you side with this dude and he follows Illidan, or do you side with this other dude that, saying, hey, I don't want to follow Illidan anymore, I think he's wrong. And it's just like you never think about stuff like that.
And going through the Illidan quest line, you see a lot of the why Illidan made choices and stuff like that. Definitely do the Illidan quest line in Legion. It is one of my favorite quest lines. It's so deep and so layered. And Ali and Zephirah talk about how priests, that not all priests are good. You have your shadow...
Like Shadow Priest?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like my priest, it's like, oh, 1 minute I'm healing, 20 people in a raid. Next minute I'm, calling on the powers of the void to deal damage to this dungeon boss. It's just like, I can just switch willy-nilly. Literally, Ali wrote willy-nilly in there. And then Zeph kind of...
Hey, it's just like warlocks on how they're not all evil.
Yeah. Whoa.
Like me.
Only the ones that make cookies.
Yes.
No, they have to be golden free. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they have to wear kitten headphones. I like that we're seeing a lot more depth. And I think Pat, it was either Pat Crane or Gizmo, who on the last Battle.net news said that Blizzard kind of boxed themselves in initially some of the lore, making parts of Horde and Alliance good or evil.
Yeah, that was Gizmo. He was talking about it.
And now they're kind of moving into, well, there's neither side can be good in everything and bad in everything. I mean, Alliance is looking to the void for the Void Elves. I mean, like we're looking into some pretty dark stuff nowadays. And in the Cathedral of Light, I could see that there's probably some priests in there who aren't good or all good. I mean, so yeah, it's very interesting adding all the different options. And I mean, like Worgen. We use Worgen, but they're cursed.
Yeah, they didn't really choose that.
Yeah.
There is a dungeon, and I'm drawing a blank on its name, and you basically he was a holy priest or paladin, and I know Gul'dan, yes, it was a scenario in Mists of Pandaria, where you're helping Thrall defeat this evil priest/paladin priest. Pretty sure it was a priest. And priests are supposed to be good, but he was corrupted.
And like Zephirah is saying, like in their RP story, that their characters not always good. They said like in Question Time, they found the void by accident by tinkering with some stuff. So it's kind of like some of the trying to tackle the inner darkness sometimes.
So I'm changing the subject slightly.
Yeah.
I need a congratulation.
Yes.
I am handing in the last quest for my field medic.
Nice.
Yay! Not that I was playing World of Warcraft while we were doing.
I'm doing World Quest.
Only reason I don't play while I'm doing is I don't think I could focus.
Oh yeah, I'm like kind of half tabbing in, half tabbing out. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job at playing.
Like it said, I was just dotting things. So
it's always too easy to just queue up for a world quest and just kind of be not a very good person. Just sit there.
Yeah,
everybody will hate you, but you're just. I just need to get this world quest done.
And I want to also bring up a way that we as a community can show how we care for people is the running of the trolls, an in-game Warcraft charity event to benefit the Trevor Project, returns June 9th. If you go to @Dravie, DRAVVIE on Twitter, and I'll link in the show notes, they have a link where you can donate to the Trevor Project on behalf of the troll run and also more information on it. It's one of the 2 events that Dravie does every year, the running of the trolls and the gnome run, that I love to see these events because it shows that even though we're in a game, we care about people and we care about making a difference in the world.
Speaking of that, did you possibly want to set up a FRAZLCAST group stream, I guess, kind of just have everybody chill in Discord while we do Running of the Trolls?
Ooh, June 9th. What night is that?
That would be a Saturday night.
Okay, absolutely. That's a good idea.
Just kind of have, whoever chill in Discord, we can talk, and then if, whoever wants to stream can stream it, but just kind of, just kind of everybody chill together doing it.
I'm making a note about that. An event that's also raising money for charity is Perky Pugs. Perky Pugs has been doing their Spellwing run before the end of Battle for Azeroth. So Perky Pugs at perkypugs.com. It is an event to help get your ahead of the curve for the Burning Throne. And they're also raising money for St. Jude along the way. It's a event. Check perkypugs.com and friendshipbirb, BIRB.com. You can see if you can find a group to get ahead of the curve. I got my moose and friendship moose, so it's fun to see that being right back up again.
This is one thing I like about the World of Warcraft community is they do try to help everyone. I would love to have the mythic mount, but the mythic mount is not going away. It's just going to be a harder drop rate.
Exactly.
So I'll get him eventually. This bird, like the moose, will be gone when the next expansion, or I think when the next patch.
I think the patch, because the Legion one, I think when we with 7.0 pre-patch.
That's what I thought. Like Facepal, like Perky Pug. There's also a lot of things on Twitter where people are trying to get these people their head of curves. They're out there. Find people. If you know someone's on a raid team, is like, hey, do you mind, even if you're not a raider, like have a carry. Try not to go for the ones that ask for gold. I kind of feel like that's a bit of a ripoff. I don't think you need to pay to play. And there's a lot of people out there who are willing to help. Yeah. Yes, they'll ask for a minimum requirement gear score to know at least your class. Maybe have a few add-ons like Deadly Boss Mod, the Ovary spell, so you know which spell you're supposed to use if you're not sure how to use which buttons to press. And at least watch 1 or 2 videos, and there are some good videos out there on the fight, so you at least kind of know what you're going into.
And the reason why there's a lottery of some of these is that sometimes it's the only fair way when you have some of these big events to get people in, because every one of these runs, you have to have a carry team, and that carry team is giving up time and energy to help get you through. So
Like Faceball, I believe, was only bringing 4 people at a time, and they were doing 3 runs right after each other.
Yeah, which has to be tiring. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's 12 people, and you get burned out on fighting the same boss over and over and over.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing Zeus, and I remember after Zeus finished Friendship Moose, he actually took some time off just to kind of get his mental energy back, because he put his all into that.
Yeah, no, I give all these wonderful teams credit, and thank you so much for doing this for the community. And if you find out more, let us know. And for me, I would gladly let people know about which teams are doing it and how they can find you.
Absolutely.
I know CTR Facepal has a sign-up sheet.
And from the community as well, Ali was saying that Warcraft has new GIFs. It's GIFs. I keep calling it GIFs. I'm sorry, it's an old habit. So they said you should know that there are a number of female gnomes. Wink. Open GIPHY, GIPHY, and type hashtag Warcraft. And in fact, through it, I added my Frazley GIFs to it, so you might be able to see me there. If you also want to see some of Hannah Straw, who works for Blizzard, made these about a month or 2 before she joined Blizzard as an artist.
So this is in game right now?
No, this is in the app. So there aren't GIFs in the game yet. I wish there were. But
sad.
If you go to FRAZLCAST.com/GIPHY, you can see some of the ones that I have, and I also have an awesome Silverbolt Dragon GIF, and then the Frazley GIFs that Hannah Straw made. So I think that's pretty cool that we now have some GIFs that are fun and show our love of Warcraft. And we have a voicemail.
Hi there, FRAZLCAST. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener, and I don't know where Wrathion is, but cue the smooth jazz. At least I've got chicken.
Thank you, Rooster.
At least I've got chicken.
And Rooster is trying
So do I.
Oh, I'm hungry now. I had dinner and I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. And
I'm probably going to have a Cliff Bar after this. But yeah, a Rooster is reenacting the awesome Pat Crane.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
I loved it. Oh, so yeah, definitely listen to BNN. I think it's the one. It was the one last week. So the one before whatever this
the
week
one
is.
with Jules and Fist.
Yes, BNN 77. Oh, and Zort said he had something for the 50th. He says, happy 50th. He'll be sending in something at a later date. He just ran out of time before the episode. Next week on episode 51, Rhett Pally Jill returns, and they are bringing the demo of their new song with them. I have heard it, and it is awesome. So I'm definitely excited. I've actually got it on cue for the soundboard, so I'm taking all my willpower to not play the song right now because it's amazing. The Xorothian cultists, they are now counting down until 8:30 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, April 25th. So just keep an eye out on them.
April 25th?
What's going to be happening then?
That's Raid Night. And they're doing achievement runs that night.
What Wildhead's saying is there's probably going to be the next step of the Silithus story, but it could be something else.
That would make sense. Yeah, I could see that.
Because the last time they were counting down, the Seething Shore opened up. And also, Wildhead was saying, if you're looking to get into either BFA and Legion or even WoW, right now there's a sale. You can get BFA and Legion for $49 US and €44.99 Euro, or get the complete collection for $59 US and $49.99 Euro. So if you neither want to get into WoW or the expansions, this is one of the best times to get in. So thank you to everyone who has been along for this awesome journey. It has been a humbling experience, and it's an honor to be here for 50 episodes. From the different guests to the chat room to the email and voicemail contributions. Yes, even the free vacation voicemail to the reviews on Apple Podcasts to the listeners. You all have been amazing, and I look forward to many more episodes to come. Thursday night is one of my favorite nights of the week. And but before we go, something happened over the weekend.
There's a reason why I'm wearing a jersey tonight instead of something like a suit or a dress or something fancier. There was a tragedy. There was a hockey team that there was an accident, and there wasn't not a lot of people survived. So right now it's Thursday, so it's Thursday Jersey Day. where, I'm just showing my support. There's not much I can do, and you know what? I can't do it justice. I really can't. At the end of All Things Azeroth, episode 590, which will be coming out soon, they touch base more on it. It was a horrible trip. There's a GoFundMe for these people.
The outpouring of the community has just been phenomenal, and it's one of those events that shows you people care.
Yeah. So this is me trying to show my support. I know on Monday they were putting hockey sticks outside with a green ribbon, and I sadly, I don't have a hockey stick. I know I'm a horrible Canadian, and I don't have a hockey stick. But I have a jersey, and as you can tell, it's for the Vancouver Knuckleheads, and I like my Knuckleheads. So I'm trying to give my support as much as I can. With all the loss that has happened, especially all the tragedies that have been happening lately to our young, it's devastating, and we need our young.
Absolutely, they are the future generation, and it makes appreciate every moment, because we never know. I mean, and I appreciate every interaction I have with people, because we never know.
Mm-hmm. I highly suggest, if you don't know about it, look it up. If you have the extra funds, help with the GoFundMe. If you live in the area, try to give these families support, because this is the time they need it. This is when the community needs to be together, and do what you can. And
definitely let your loved ones know that you love them and care for them. I mean, and again, savor every moment. I mean,
yeah, because you never know. You never know, something can happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old you are, how young they are, things happen.
My parents have lost some of their best friends due to just incidents. I've lost friends due to incidents, some suicide.
I lost my first best friend at age 15, and that was an accident. It just happened.
Every moment matters.
Yeah.
It does. So cherish everyone. Let people know that you care, that you're there for them. Don't put off saying, "Oh, I'll just hang out with them next week," or "I'll hang out with them later," because you never know when that later might not be there.
Yeah.
And cherish those sentiment little things. If someone makes you a note type thing, like I remember in high school where you write a note and then you fold it so it's like this tiny little square and all that. I kept every single one of those, and I look back at them, because those are memories. Those you cannot replace.
I've got a picture that my nephew drew, and it's on the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you all for coming tonight to FRAZLCAST for the 50th episode. I still can't believe that it's episode 50. I mean, that's just this crazy idea to do this show, talk with people from around Azeroth and beyond. I mean, just started the end of June, and we're almost a year later. I mean, it is just mind blowing. Everyone from the listeners to people who have contributed to being on the show, who's chatted with me, everything is just amazing. And all of you are amazing. Metal, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at MetalXperl, METALXPERL. On Twitter.com, you can find me on the FRAZLCAST Discord. You can find me on the Convert to Raid Discord. Or you can just message me on Battle.net as well, within the CTR Guild. Usually on all the time if you ever need me. I'm up for anything.
I thought it was cool. I was looking in Discord, and I saw you in a voice chat with the people. I was like, that's awesome. I love seeing people having a good time and hang out in community. It's awesome. And Lady Emma, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Lady_Emma. If you want to hang out in World of Warcraft, please message me there, because I'm more than happy to hang out with anyone in game. If you want to play a Steam game, I don't have many multiplayer Steam games, but if it's free, I might be able to try it. And you know what? You can always find me in Discord as well, hanging out in FRAZLCAST or another one. So don't be shy. I don't bite much. If you ever want to do anything in game, let me know. And if you're visiting Vancouver, let me know. I kind of live close to here. Oh, I should clarify it. It's Canada, BC, Vancouver, not Washington, US, Vancouver.
I was talking with somebody. I can't give any promises, but there is a potential FRAZLCAST meetup at some point over in Vancouver. Again, I don't know when, but it's
Oh, snap.
yeah. So it'd be fun just to hang out and like meet people. Again, that's the reason why I want to go to BlizzCon, is to meet people. Thank you to Zephirah for the opening bumper. I mean, it's just the people that make the show. You can find me at Frazley.com, on Twitter at FrazleyTastic. You can find the show at FrazzleCast.com. And definitely I need to add this. You can find us on pretty much any place like Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Spotify, pretty much wherever you can find stuff, we're there. And if Spotify comes out with their mobile car thing, you'll be able to listen to Spotify in your car. I'm definitely going to talk about the mobile car thing once April 24th comes around. In the meantime, you can get in touch with us. We love to hear from you. You can email us at show@FRAZLCAST.com. Leave us a voicemail at either 1-440-536-3711, or just like Rooster did, on our voicemail page at FRAZLCAST.com/voicemail. You can tweet us at FRAZLCAST. You can also join us for discussion throughout the week on our Discord at sparkspan.com, just like the voice from Chicago, who just joined, and they have amazing artwork that they shared. And again, if you want to support the show and look cool while doing it, pick up a shirt at shirt.FRAZLCAST.com. Proceeds go into the show and also into my fund for attending a future BlizzCon. So I'm eyeing 2019 or 2020. Emma's showing one of the really cool shirts.
It's purple.
Yes, it's purple and whatever color you want. Like mine's smoke gray. So
do they still smell like vinegar when you get them?
You have to wash them, because all of the shirts sound like. I own like the awesome shirt, the nice shirt. I pretty much own actually everything. I'm get a tapestry at some point behind me that says FRAZLCAST. But definitely, go pick up a shirt if you want to support the show. And again, just let people.
They do smell like vinegar. Just throw it in a wash.
Vinegar.
They do.
Yeah, no, they do.
They do.
And let your friends know about the show too, if you want them to know. Yeah, I feel like I'm like selling stuff today, but
no, it's fine.
Until next week, be awesome.
Don't forget to eat my lock cookies.
Heroes never die.
Do you enjoy World of Warcraft PvP? Do you like to listen to other people talk about PvP? Well, come check out the Technically PvP podcast. We discuss battlegrounds, arenas, and classes and specs. There's something for everyone in our episodes. Also, come check out our Twitter giveaway for publishing our 50th episode at technically_PvP. Hope you enjoy our shows.
Oh, Ludra the Mage here.
And I'm Ben the Mage.
Ben, do you ever think of your pets as colors?
What? I mean, they're pets. They have colors, but I mean, I don't really get where you're going here.
Oh, no, dragons are always green, but ugh, that's so boring. There's a bunch of dragon scale colors. And puppies. Puppies to me are usually brown and white, like corgis. Corgis are also clearly best puppies, so that goes without saying.
Okay. While Eludra is thinking some seriously weird existential thoughts, make sure to check out episode 124 of Battle Pets, Raiding Unleashed, where we dream of a thing that might never happen, peek into the alpha, and fight a boss battle.
Ben, moths are the only butterflies we get in the world! Isn't that sad? And kind of weird. Wait.
Oh, okay. This is starting to make a little bit more sense. Eludra, I told you that you shouldn't kiss Mojo. Your mind goes a little wonky when that happens.
Froggies need love too, Ben! Taste the rainbow! Taste it!
Welcome to episode 34 of the Frazley Report. I am Frazley, and I'm here to deliver your weekly World of Warcraft news. Today is Friday, April 13th, 2018. This past week, we saw the announcement of Battle for Azeroth's release date. It will be arriving August 14th. We also saw the announcement of the physical collector's edition for Battle for Azeroth. It is on sale for $100. If you bought the digital or digital deluxe edition, you will get a refund in Blizzard Battle.net balance for the price you paid for the digital or digital deluxe edition. Just don't upgrade from digital to digital deluxe, as you will only get refunded for digital at that point. What is interesting to us is that this physical collector's edition costs $100, compared to the $90 for the Legion physical collector's edition or the Warlords of Draenor physical collector's edition. BFA is the first WoW collector's edition to not include discs in the box. Instead, you get a digital game key. This gnome is still using floppy disks. Installing Legion required 29,465 floppy disks. That took a long time, but at least I had chicken to eat while doing it. There is also now a digital soundtrack download instead of a CD. I was so sad when World of Warcraft's Vanilla Collector's Edition soundtrack didn't come on vinyl. What is it with kids these days and their downloads? There was also a lack of a behind-the-scenes video. In prior years, they would include a DVD, and then they added a Blu-ray. Going back on my rant, they also didn't put the behind-the-scenes video for Vanilla on 8mm reels. These changes forced me to upgrade my home theater system. I'm still running DVDs, but I guess I'll now have to find a way to hook up my IBM 5155 portable computer up to my 15-inch CRT television. BFA continued a trend of disappointments this year. What with the new digital formats? And they didn't include a mouse pad or an art book. But I don't know why people want a bed for the mice in their house, unless it's a pet mouse. I call my exterminator to get rid of them constantly. Being a gnome, some of them are bigger than me! I was hoping this year we might see a return to the papyrus scroll art books for the early video games in the Atlantis era, but I guess not. They did include an amazing Mark of Allegiance medallion with the Alliance crest on one side, and a Horde faction logo for those who follow the ways of Sylvanas. This thing looks super cool, and it is about the size of a banana. One of the coolest additions has to be the 2 novellas that they included. This is a hardcover book with very cool art. The description is, "Every great war story has 2 sides. This limited edition hardbook version collects 2 new World of Warcraft novellas depicting the burning of Teldrassil from the point of view of the Alliance. Elegy by Christy Golden, and The Horde, A Good War by Robert Brooks." Christy Golden said on Twitter that they wrote the books together, and it is 2 sides of the same story. I am excited for this. Well, enough of my ramblings about video and audio formats of a long-forgotten age. I guess it's time for this gnome to get hip with the cool cats. I just finally got signed up for Zynga this week. This has been the Frazley Report. I am Frazley Sparkspan. You can find the show at frazlreport.com. Oh no, my cassette tape is running out. Good thing we made it to the end. FRAZLCAST is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.